7:19. Gonna be late. 10 minutes to get to Dean's house. That's not gonna happen. 3 minutes late in the end. Oh, what book do you have in your hand?
Just have the limestone.
You just have the limestone book straight out. Oh, and there's white paper in the limestone book. Which will be...
This is Smalldale.
Oh, I've got it. You changed the plan entirely. Where's Smalldale?
What do you mean
in the
changed
world?
the plan entirely? Look at that. That looks quite good. And look, 22 metres. And here's the easier wall. Look, 6A, 6B, 6C, 6B, 6B, 6A plus. 6B.
Oh.
See, and look at
Things
that.
I can do.
22 metres, 22 metres.
Yeah, that's really good. Where in the world is this?
It's just a bit further on than Horseshoe, apparently.
Yeah, at last. No.
Well, I say a bit further, but...
How further?
Well, total 35 minutes. Just basically head to Horseshoe and keep going. Don't turn off the turning for Horseshoe.
So, okay, question then. Since it's in the main sport climbing book, are we allowed access to this quarry?
Access. The crag is on private land. But as yet, there have not been any problems with access.
Excellent.
Wow.
What's that?
Jeez, what is that?
What's
That's the
what's that?
Quarry.
Holy crap!
Goes on for miles.
Yeah. Look. Oh
Jesus.
Jesus! I don't think we can see the end. That might be the end, right at the peak of the hill. What's that? Didn't you take this little pebble there and it's like...
Maybe they're still working there. Right.
Okay, at Smalldale.
We chose to park on the side road entrance to a concrete factory. Big lorries use this access road, so we made sure we left ample room. It was then just a simple task of following our printed instructions, which described a footpath leading to a lorry park. So far, easy peasy.
Technically we're just on someone's land now.
Yeah.
Probably one of the more dodgy entrances.
Walking across someone's lorry park with only a vague clue where we're heading did feel bizarre, but Smalldale is flagged as no access issues by the BMC. I'd read the owner of the lorry park is a top bloke, and even let climbers park there on occasion. Still, we did not want to hang around, so we took the first opportunity to exit. Not sure we chose the right option. Somehow we always end up hopping barbed wire fencing. It was then just a case of navigating our way through some very small woodland and hopping yet more barbed wire fencing. I am sure with repeat visits we're going to find a better way.
So maybe we'll work it out better on the way back. But it's nothing major. We should be able to step over quite easily. Nice. And there you go.
Yeah, I think this is it. Honestly, the photos looked a lot nicer.
Oh, here's the emission. It's brought us to a dump.
Yeah, but that's a nice piece of rock.
Oh yeah, that is a nice piece of rock. Look at that.
I think that's the main wall.
Yeah, it's going to be miserable. Look, got to go into foliage.
I mean, it's nice. You look at the picture,
And then you got to get up there.
and it looks like a lovely little grassy bit at the bottom. And it looks, oh yeah, that's
Well, it might be
right.
better than it
Yeah.
looks, but it looks a bit perilous, to be honest.
Anywho, the easier warm-up-y stuff, I think is further right.
Okay.
The day before it rained all day, and everything underfoot was muddy and slippery. So we were looking for an easy approach for our first climbs.
Easier at the bottom here, isn't it?
Yeah. Feels like it's just going to be better to set up. And it just feels a bit more private and away from the lorry park. Okay, I'm not walking on the path because the path is a mud bog, which is why I nearly face planted the floor multiple times. Oh, what's that? Oh, that looks like some kind of cool cave. We found a black cavey place. Let's just walk in. There is one directly above the cave. It looks like climb right to the cave and then traverse above the opening and carry on going. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 climbs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be the first fairly easy one for us to do. What do you reckon?
Okay, yeah, and it makes sense because these are the lower ups, yeah.
This buttress is called Going Straight Wall. Dean sets off up one of the warm-up routes named Open Season, graded at 6A+. Still in his cold weather clothing, it was super cold. This is the first time we have tried using our action camera to record climbing in real time. With the camera mounted to my helmet, it should be seeing what I see. The problem is, at best, watching someone climb like this sucks. With no zoom, Dean becomes a mere dot on the wall once above the second clip. So we'll just cut to Dean's comments.
Quite quiet up that one.
Taking concentration.
Concentrating, so it's kind of hard to say. I suppose it feels more like natural rock than quarried rock.
Despite it being a cold windy day, we start to warm up into the climbing. Still on Going Straight Wall, we move on to more challenging routes.
Okay, so the first bolt looks high, but really it's not because you stood on a big shelf, aren't you?
Yeah, it wasn't as hard as it looked. And it's described as a tricky start. I don't know where the start ends.
As Dean keeps climbing, it is worth pointing out that Smalldale has a number of routes recently rebolted. Most of that effort was apparent on the Going Straight Wall, which you see us on now. There has been reports of bolts failing on Smalldale's main wall, which were all repaired and adjacent routes checked. This does serve as a reminder that glue and steel over the years of rain, snow and ice do have a lifespan and climbers need to remain diligent.
Look on this route as well.
Oh, cool.
Maybe it's because it's got 2 stars. Everyone wants to do the routes with 2 stars. Well, that was easier than I was expecting. So I think I'll clip this one. And I'll put a long drawer on.
Now on to climbs that I personally found tough. Thankfully Dean led the higher grade routes and let me top rope them. Despite the weather feeling arctic, we were really enjoying the long sustained climbing that Smalldale had to offer. The rock face seemed to favour crimping on vertical features, which at first threw us for the first few routes. Once we got our eye in, we really enjoyed the variety of climbing movements. It was far from crimp and pull down.
The grades seem quite tough here.
They do seem quite tough. So what do you reckon?
Well, it was a good climb. I think up. I got myself in trouble.
Yeah, that first bit.
And once I found a different sequence, it wasn't so bad.
Last climb of the day at 6C, and as you can tell, we never got onto main wall. The flat ground, close concentration of routes, and our laziness just won out in the end. However, this does give us good reason to return when the weather gets warm. The quarry has been abandoned for years, and thus the local wildlife has moved in and called it home. The BMC has been informed that tawny owls sometimes nest in the area, and thus it's worth keeping an eye out for any notices and signs and giving those routes a wide berth. With the gear packed up, it was now time to try and find the car again. Not wanting to go back through the lorry park, we tried to find a way through the woods and directly to the road. But as usual, we got lost, and the video you see is only a small snippet of us being lost in the world's smallest woods. With the road found, it was just a simple case of walking past the entrance to the lorry park and then finding the entrance to the concrete factory where we parked. So we're new at making these videos, so if there's content you would like to see or improvements to the videos themselves, then please leave some comments. I'll leave you with our rather rough and awkward summary.
But pros are height,
Yeah, nice tall wall.
rock quality.
Yeah. Considering the quarries we've been in, that was pretty solid.
Yeah, that was pretty good, that one.
I wasn't being showered by rocks.
Yeah.
As you were climbing.
Yep. So the name of the buttress we were on, Dean, was?
Going straight wall, I think.
And that has... The climbs that we did today range from 6A plus to 6C plus? 6C.
To 6C, yeah, we did climbs from 6A plus to 6C.
And I'd say they were all worthwhile and really good.
Yeah, the style of the holes and the style of the wall was slightly different to what we're used to, and I think it took a couple of climbs to get used to it.
We said that last week.
Yeah, well, yeah, this happens.
It does. So, one thing we noticed is the wall is all freshly bolted by Gary Gibson, and tip our hat to Gary Gibson for doing that.
Yeah.
But it's really quiet and unused, so don't be put off by the access. I'd say get yourself down to Smalldale Quarry and get some climbs done.